this.
See? Just what I said it was.
Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host Smokey, and joining with me as always my co-host Spooge.
Hello.
Alright, and before we get into the movie, we have 3 rules. First rule is our ratings has to be a 5 out of 5, 1 being we hate it, 5 that we love it. Number 2 is we can only give a Jeff Goldblum if the film makes us say we want our money back. And number 3, we can only give a God tier a 6 out of 5 if we both agree. And today we are reviewing Jackie Brown.
Yes.
This film, it's the rating is hard for me to. It's a very indecisive 4.5, but I'm still gonna get a 4.5 out of 5.
And I'm gonna give it a 5. I actually agree with a lot of the issues you have with it, especially the main issue. But the acting is so phenomenal, and just like the soundtrack, and it just like
Yeah, and I
makes up for
completely
it.
understand. I will say I'm taking half a point off due to the fact that I've seen this movie so many. This is another movie. To be honest, Quentin Tarantino up to Inglourious Bastards, I've seen almost a million times all of the films. So even when it comes to Kill Bill 1 and 2, it's going to be a very, very high rating, and it's going to be more nostalgia than anything, to be honest. I've seen this,
Yeah.
and my main problem with this is definitely the finale is just way too clean for me.
Yeah.
I feel it could have been so much better. I would have preferred if Lewis stayed alive until the finale. He could have died at the finale. I didn't care that he lived or not. I just wish that he was there because I feel his character would have added a little more unpredictability, because throughout the whole film you don't really know what his jib is, you know. He's just present. He's just always there for some fucking reason.
Yeah. I agree. To an extent, I didn't really have any problem with him dying when he did. I thought it kind of just all made sense there.
I as what we have as the film, it does make sense. I'm not saying that it's not a bad film or it's terrible writing. It just
No, yeah.
I just wish he lived just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. So, and it would have been it would have been better if he killed Ordell for some reason, or at least shot the bondsman. That's another thing. I don't think the bondsman should have lived through this.
Yeah, I agree with that. I honestly think that he should have just went the way it went, except at the end, like have Jackie somehow like screw the bondsman
I
and
actually thought of
Ordell.
this when she yelled, "He's got a gun! Ray, he's got a gun!" I was hoping Ray would have accidentally shot the bondsman too. That would have been a perfect scene, because it's dark as hell in there, and he does fire like 4 or 5 rounds. So it would have been totally understandable if one of the rounds went past
That would have worked
Ordell
too,
and
yeah.
hit him, because he was standing behind Ordell. So there
True.
was a perfect moment to kill him right there. And
True.
and I understand why they don't. They kind of wanted. I feel Tarantino wanted to give it a clean ending, but man, would have been better if there was just a little more danger, a little more edge to it.
I respect them not like having them right off to in the sunset together though. That they kind of just went their separate ways, but are kind of thinking about each other. But it's just kind of like
Yeah. I also like they do set up that Jackie Brown at the end, she could be second guessing, and she might turn around. We never know. We don't know. They actually leave that open ended
true.
because the final scene, she does start tearing up. She does start crying a little bit. but we will never know because we don't get a sequel to this. Thankfully, though, that would have been.
It didn't need it.
I don't see how they
It's
could
pretty
make a
final.
sequel out of this. Oh shit! Melanie Lives. That that could be fucking. That could be part of the sequel, and it's her trying to fuck over Jackie Brown somehow.
But but I mean, everybody, the dialogue in this is fucking great. Just like every conversation you get lost in.
Yeah, it's so natural. It's fucking scary sometimes. It's like holy shit. Because sometimes I do think, I know this is just me being like a weirdo, but I think most of the male actors are legitly flirting with Pam Grier. Like they see the opportunity and they're taking it. Because some of the lines seem so out of place, yet they're so fucking smooth. It's like, oh, I see what you're doing there. Nice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
And I hate to say it, but I caught Michael Keaton. He was adjusting his pants in that one scene, that dirty bastard. There's no doubt about it.
could have just had sticky balls.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but with Pam Grier sitting fucking across from you, I highly doubt that.
Or maybe it's both. It's he's got sticky balls, but you gotta play the alpha. Alpha move. Try to.
But this fucking Robert Downey Jr.'s character is definitely still my favorite.
You mean Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro, yes. I always say Robert Downey Jr. That would be a thing that people will catch on to.
Oh yeah. I mean, similar, and I guess the
No, that I so heartily can check that up to my mental disorder. That it's constantly mixing those names up, because when I'm talking about Robert Downey Jr. in a film, I will say Robert De Niro.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate
notice
side
that.
effect. It's my if I really shouldn't have to explain this by now, but for newcomers, I'm a schizophrenic, and sometimes information gets scrambled in my brain.
Mhm. Yes.
But nonetheless, oh man, the soundtrack of this fucking film, definitely my favorite so far of the Quentin Tarantino's films that we watched.
Mhm.
I can't say that it's my favorite out of all of them, because I can't remember the others, because this besides Kill Bill, this is the film that I haven't this is the last film that I've watched 1,000,000 times. Inglourious Bastards, I will say I've watched only 1,000 times.
Mhm. Yeah, some great old school soul and funk.
Oh, some good R&B, some great disco in this.
I haven't really
Uh,
noticed any disco.
uh, I consider some of the R&B they play in this also disco, because it's got
Mhm.
that funk vibe to it that disco has, but it doesn't have the upbeatness to funk, you know.
Mhm.
Disco can be about a breakup. Funk's usually just about breaking down on the dance floor,
Mhm. Oh, that's
in my opinion. But that's getting into music.
that'll get us into a whole other debate that I don't I'm seething right now, but but we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue. Great soundtrack though, both agree.
You're
And
gonna have to explain why you're seething about that.
I mean, I wouldn't consider anything like of that funk other than just like I mean, not funk. I mean, disco. I mean, disco is very different, but it just goes down a rabbit. It just goes out of it's semantics.
Okay.
And I don't want to get into the argument right now because I mean,
Well, it's not an
this will bring
argument.
up this will be the ska rap or the ska argument, like ska argument all over again.
Ska argument. When did we ever argue about ska?
It wasn't with me. It was with Starfish. I don't
I
remember the specifics, but I just know that trying to argue genres doesn't always work out because
I wasn't.
and I'm not
I've
trying to get
never
at you. I just said
argued
like you
about
just said that you
Skull
have a.
with. I've never argued about Skull. I might have had a discussion with him, but I wasn't arguing. Skull,
I
like
remember, I remember
I,
you like guys having a disagreement of what like ska punk was, specifically like ska punk too.
uh, I guess, but
I mean, it's not an
I hate
important
to
thing. You
say
probably
this,
don't
but
remember
the
because
only
it
reason why
wasn't
I'm
important.
confused is I don't give a shit about Skull enough to even care about it, to have a disagreement with anybody on Skull.
I mean, it wasn't like a big argument. I just remember you going back and forth, and I remember he was getting a little tiny nerve up, and because he'd explain it, and then he'd be like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's this." And he's like, "No, I have a fucking I forget what the thing the tattoo that he's got like it's the specials tattoo." He's like, "I know what the fuck I'm talking
Uh,
about."
are you are you sure that he's never described a tattoo? I didn't even know Starfish had tattoos. Are you sure this was with
Oh, he
me?
didn't. He didn't tell you about the Scott tattoo. I just remember seeing him on the phone just being like, I know what I'm talking about. It was just a casual argument though. That's
And
probably
it
why
was
you
over
don't
the
fucking
phone?
remember a long time ago. Yeah, it was just on our it was back when we still had the actual like uh what was that group chat? I mean, this is a really specific random thing. Of course you wouldn't remember it because it wasn't you weren't even that into it. It's just
Yeah, obviously, like when it comes to genres, like I'm very loose when it comes with that. I when it comes to musical genres, I'm like the loosest when it comes to. Obviously, I'm the loosest. I'll just group anything to any genre because I feel that's how music is. It's supposed to be fluid. It's not supposed to be just nailed down to what specific genre.
I don't think you really knew. I think you just were saying like, "Oh, this is what I think," and then like you didn't really know that he knew, and you probably just thought he was like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's this."
I was probably just.
But
This was probably
or
him
trolling,
mistaking me stating my
or
opinion
you were
and thinking
trolling.
I'm stating fact. But I just
Mhm.
don't. I know we shouldn't be getting into this, but this
I was
bothers
trying
me.
not to. I was trying not to.
Like ska is the last fucking genre I would like want to carry on about because it's like it's not a bad genre, but it's one of the lazy genres that I just don't care about.
But yeah, it's just now I'm totally thrown up. I was just trying to get back on the movie.
Yeah, gotcha. Fucking Samuel Jackson in this.
I mean, amazing.
Fucking
He was in my opinion like I loved everyone and I don't think there's any faults with anybody's acting, but I thought he still was like the best actor in this. Just
yeah, for sure.
oh
When it comes to acting, he definitely he's the one that can. I know I say Lewis is my favorite character, but that's because he does he does something that
and
I'm
fucking
so
like
fucking happy about. And it all starts with her putting her goddamn pinky toe on his whiskey glass. That's where it fucking starts. My hatred for Melanie and just me just waiting for her to get hers. And it's Lewis that gives it to her.
Lewis.
Okay, Lewis. And that was all she had to fucking say.
Yeah. But oh man, he was such a fucking cartoon character in this too, though. Just the way he moved and his like expressions.
Yes, I fucking loved it. Especially when he's like that's just great. Either Robert De Niro was actually uncomfortable in that scene, or he was acting phenomenal because he's the makes me uncomfortable. It's
I think he was definitely like lost in that character. He definitely had like kind of like a hardened criminal, but like a loser type of thing, and he really like sold the whole package of it.
for
Just like
sure, definitely.
his posture, and like just like just like seeing like, oh, I wonder if there's nothing suspicious with like him waddling in with his like grease back hair and like yanking this chick and like yelling at him.
I mean, they are at a mall. That's a dime a
Mhm.
dozen at the mall.
Yeah, true. But when cops are expecting something,
Uh, but
uh,
man, what else can we talk
but yeah,
about? But
I mean, just going back to Ordell, Samuel L. Jackson's character, just what they he's the like all like the coolest, but also just like the weirdest dude.
yeah, yes, he's that.
The hair and the
I know
it's
that
the
he's
hair,
not,
man.
but he's the weed dealer that you like going to, but you fucking can't stand when he asks you to hang out because shit gets weird.
I
It's
don't
like
even
fuck
think I
yeah,
don't think
I
he
like
asked you
going
to
to this
hang
guy
out.
because he's like super fucking cool, and he he's into a bunch of weird shit, but the second you actually sit down and start having a conversation with him, it's like, can I just get my weed and leave, man?
He just says the most despicable shit.
Where he fucking pops on fucking the I think it's guns babes with guns video or some shit like
Hmm.
that. He
Oh
just
yeah.
pops that shit on. like
Like, are you
like
like you're selling me a gun right now?
what my question is, what is with that like trope of having to have a hot chick try to sell you a gun?
Um, is that a trope? I have only
Yeah,
ever seen this in this movie.
it's a fucking you need a it's a not a trope in just movies and just in general gun nut magazines. You you
Oh, I
either
mean, yeah,
get the
using
super serious Marcus Parks brings this up. You're either going to get the super serious gun magazine that's kind of scary, but only got the, or you're going to get the super sleazy fucking thing that has like nothing but chicks on it for some fucking reason, and like 3 or 4 guns.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, like yeah, I mean that's easy because
Like it's
fucking dudes get horny and they like guns.
yeah, this
And
I hate to say it, when I'm shopping for a gun, I don't want to get hard. That's just me, though. I guess that's just me. I want to be thinking, I want to be actually able to think about the purchase I'm making. Oh,
see, that's
shit.
why, yeah,
They're trying to
that's because they're
confuse the mail. Oh, my. Damn it. I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
because you'll see that with like the newest, like it'll always be the
They're
guns that are
trying to
like,
fucking distract the dumb male brain. Okay, gotcha.
and
Gotcha.
it's also the guns that are they're always super new, and they say that like, oh, it's state of the art, but it just has like a couple like new like
Yeah,
stupid
that
like
I
little
hate
additions
the
of like
video
mods you could put
is
on
some
it.
it's the Tech 9 and the AUG is literally the two fucking one some of the worst fucking guns you can get is what they were trying to sell in that chicks with guns video,
Hmm.
by the way.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the best one in that was the AK. That's why I was just like AK all the way.
Yeah.
At least it's durable.
Oh
It's hard to
man.
fuck up an AK. I mean, people do, but it's still really hard to fuck up an AK. Like even a half broken AK is better than most of what was on there. Both of what was on there.
Oh shit.
But anyway, um, oh fuck, I'm gonna find out what movie that is what she's
Oh, I
watching.
did. I did.
Which,
It's I sent you the title of it.
oh yeah, you
It's an
did, you
Italian
did.
film. It's an Italian film, and that it's either getting on the chat, getting on the chat. trying to cover airtime. The movie was fucking A. Where is it?
What the fuck was he slapping that chick with?
A newspaper.
Okay.
It was just
I couldn't remember the object in his hand, but I can remember vividly the slaps.
Mad Dog Kill or Beast with a Gun.
Oh.
It can be either or.
That's going on the list.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's got to. Like I don't even remember that. That's the one scene that I don't remember from this film.
That's the real reason why I'm giving it a 5.
Oh man.
Mad Dog Kill.
Who what else can we? I think we done it.
I mean, Pam Grier was great in this too.
Oh yeah,
I mean, fucking
the
bombshell still.
I ain't gotta. I already kind of revealed. If you haven't caught on, I'm kind of got the hots for Pam Grier. So,
Oh yeah.
hey,
Who doesn't? And
Yeah,
who
who
the
doesn't?
hell don't? I don't care. I don't care if if you're a lady out there and you say you're straight, you got the hots for Pam Grier. You just don't know it. Everyone
Oh,
does. Or if you're the gayest of the gay male,
man.
you got the hots for Pam Grier.
Chris Tucker. Gotta bring up. I have to bring this up
Mm-hmm.
because I have a fucking theory that this character of Chris Tucker is his same character from Friday, and this is what happens to his character after. Because in Friday, and next Friday, they explain that Smokey went to rehab to explain why he's not in the film. I have a feeling that rehab might have helped him a little bit, but he still was a criminal, and he still got into gun smuggling then, and this is what happened.
Changed his alias.
Oh man. And
You
I
have
hate
to
to
see
say it, but
Friday.
I know that he doesn't have the twitching mannerisms as his character in Friday, but he's acting just like him.
You finally got rid of that twitch. I'm assuming because I never fucking film.
We're gonna watch Friday after this just
Okay,
because
I
of
thought we
that.
had to wait till Christmas.
Well, we might watch all 3, but they might. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, you should be good. Oh, hold on. All right. Sorry about that. Where was
But
I?
yeah. Where we're in, you probably were saying that we're gonna watch Friday and then maybe watch the other 2 on Christmas instead.
Yeah. We'll definitely just wait. We'll just probably wait for those, especially.
Mhm.
But definitely got to watch Friday after this. And another theory that I wish that they, instead of a bank robbery, they made Lewis's character from a jewelry heist instead, a failed jewelry heist, so it could
Mhm.
theorize that he was Mr. Pink.
Oh yeah.
I know it really wouldn't have made 100% sense, but it would have been a nice little Easter egg to put in there for
Yeah.
the diehard fans that already believe that there is an interconnected universe with the Quentin Tarantino films.
Also, I mean, it could have been I can't remember his name in it, who was leading it, said that there's like other people, other places doing stuff.
Mr. Purple.
Could be Mr. Purple.
Oh, yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, that would have been cool if he said my
Someone-
codename
someone
was
had
Mr.
Mr.
Purple or
Purple.
something like that. That would have been great.
Or even not even say anything. Maybe if he just had like a little like purple like handkerchief or like something like a little purple thing.
I
It's
know
like-
it wouldn't make sense, but it would be cool if we like saw a shot of his record or something, and Alias was Mr. Purple.
I feel like that'd be too on the nose. I'd want like some type of like in the way that they even did in Reservoir Dogs with like the symbolism with the in the background that you caught too, just like something on his person, like a purple
Yeah, that'd be
object or something
nice.
that would just be like, ooh, ooh,
Ooh,
that
easy.
could be is he or is it a coincidence? I don't know.
Yeah,
More
that'd be
esoteric.
nice.
I think it would have to be more esoteric, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, would anything would, but we could. Hell, we don't even need. We could theorize that he is Mr. Purple.
Good.
Who knows?
Who the hell knows?
Is there
His
anything
ass
else?
used to be beautiful.
Is there anything else? Or I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we've done it. If you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please like, comment, dislike, and share the video around. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Do you have a sign-off, Spooge?
If you had a chance to walk off with shit, how much?
$500,000?
500, half a million. Yeah, that'd be $500,000. And you had there's a pretty good chance you're gonna get away with it. Would you?
Yeah, I
The
would.
answer is yes.
Yeah. And that will be bye-bye.
Bye.
Damn, girl, how you live like this?
Like what?
Like this? This some repugnant shit.